Hello everyone, welcome to Python session 5, control statement in Python part 2. Before starting this, let me revise the part 1. In the part 1 of this session, we have learned the various ways of sequence of execution of statement in Python. Then after that, we discuss the simple if statement. Then we discuss if else statement, and then after that we discuss if else if statement. Now in today's session I am going to discuss with you nested if statement and storing conditions, like how we can store the multiple conditions. So before doing the practical of it, let's understand the concept of nested if and storing conditions. So let me go back to the PDF. Here is the PDF. So in nested if statement, sometimes we need to test additional conditions after if statement. So for such, support Python supports nested if form and of if. A nested if is an if that has another if in its if body, or in else if body, or in its else body. Means the nested if can be found in inside a if body or else if part of the if statement, or it can exist in else if part. So this we will understand with the help of a practical example. Okay, so let me go back to the IDLE. I have written this program in the IDLE for you. So let us print the three numbers in ascending order using the nested if. Okay, so let's understand this program first. So first of all, here we are reading the value of the three variables from the user x, y, z, and first number will be stored in x and second in y and third in z. And before storing these numbers, we are making sure that these are converted into integer type. Then after that, we have declared three new variables: minimum, mid, and maximum, and we are assigning none value to them as there is no value initially. Then after that comes the if statement. Then if in the first if statement, we are doing, we are comparing x value with y and z. So if x is less than y and x less than z, then we are giving second if statement, which is nested uh, out inside the outer if statement. So in this we are comparing y with z. If y less than z, then what we are doing, we are storing the values in minimum, mid, and maximum, right? So in minimum will be x, and mid value will be y, and maximum will be z, based on this condition result if these are true. Else, if this condition is not true, that is y is not less than z, that means z is greater than y. So maximum number, so maximum will be x, mid value will be y, mid value will be z, and greatest value will be y, right? After that, in the else if part of the elif part of the outer if statement, we are comparing in y with x and z. If y less than x and y less than z, then if this condition is true, then it will jump to the code will jump to the nested if statement of the else if part. That is, here I am comparing x with z. If x less than z, then y will be the minimum number, mid number will be x, and maximum number will be z. And suppose this nested if condition is come out to be false, that is, x is not less than z, x is greater than z. So maximum number will be x, and minimum will be y, and middle number will be z. Then after that comes the else part of this if statement. Here I am comparing if x less than y. Okay, if x is not less than z, then if we are comparing whether x is less than y, then minimum number will be z and middle number will be x and maximum will be y. Else minimum number will be z and middle number will be y. If y is no, if this condition is false, x the less than y, that means middle number will be y and greatest number will be x. Okay, so as you can see, we are using the nested if in various ways here. In the first part, the nested if is the part of the if statement. In the second statement, the nested if is the part of the else if statement, and in the third statement, nested if is the part of else statement. So based on our requirement, we can use the nested if in body part of the any type of if structure, either in if, either in else if part, or either in else part of the if statement. After that, after comparing these, what we are doing, we are printing the numbers in ascending order, min, mid and max, right? So let's check the each part of the if statement one by one by providing the various values of x, y and z. So here I am run module 5. Okay, save. Let me save this. Now let's give for let us give minimum number value to the x. So let first number is x, value of x is 1, value of y is 2, and value of y is z is 3. Okay, so it's printing the number in ascending order 1, 2 and 3. So if you execute this, so here first x is compared with 2, x is less than 2, x is also compared with z, so x is also less than 3. Okay, so here we are comparing x with 2 and x with 3, right? So we are executing the loop. So in both cases, the 1 is less than 2 and 3. Now we are comparing whether 2 is less than 3, that is y is less than z here. So 2 less than 3. So here I am doing rough execution of the program. So 2 less than 3, so that this is true. So minimum will be 1, okay, and mid will be y, and maximum will be the value of the z, that is 1, 2, 3, and it will skip rest of the part. Okay, so it won't go to the else part of the statement as the conditions are true over here, and it will come out of the loop and skip rest of the statement and print the minimum, mid and maximum number. Okay, now let me execute the program with some other values. Okay, I am deleting this. Let me save this file. Save. Now uh, I am running the program again, and this time I will provide the minimum value to the y. Okay, let me give this 3, 2 and 4. Okay, so ascending order is 2, 3, 4. So let's do the rough execution of the program. So here my x is the value of x which I provided is 3, x is equal to 3, and y is equal to 2, and z is equal to 4. Okay, so here you can see in first we are comparing the y with x and y with z. Okay, so y is less than x and y is less than z. So this condition become true, and whereas the first condition become false. Okay, so it won't execute this part, it will jump to the else if part. Then after that it will compare the x with the z. So uh, x is less than z, so this condition is true, so it will print the assign these values to uh, minimum, mid and max. So this is how we can do the rough execution of the program, and it will skip the rest of the parts. Okay, so let run with let's check the third part of the loop, that is else part. Okay, so I am running it again. So, okay, and this time I will provide the minimum value to z. Let's give the value to 3, 2 and 1. Just a minute, what happened? Oh, sorry, I have provided the value simultaneously, that's why it's giving me error. Let me give it again. 3, 2 and 1. As you can see, I have provided the minimum value to the z. What happened? To a most recent last call, too many values to the. Okay, let me save it again. uh, okay, let's run this. Okay, file, run mode python module. Okay, first number is 2, 3, 1. So this time we have stored the minimum value in the z, that is 1. So this is how we can execute. We can uh, print the number in ascending orders, and here I have used the nested if structure. Okay, so hope you understood this. Now come to the second part, that is storing conditions. Like sometimes we have complex conditions and we need to use the condition repeatedly. So in order to save our time and in order to speed up the execution time, we can store the conditions in some variable. Okay, so let's understand this with the help of program. I'm coming to the program again. Okay, so this is the program which stored the condition in the variable name called all. Okay, so let's suppose we have three numbers a, b, c, whose value is 1, 2, 3, and we have three conditions: a equal to 1, b equal to 2 and c equal to 3. Okay, and these three conditions we are storing in the all, and these conditions suppose we need to check multiple types. So first of all, I am testing the variable value with the help of these conditions, whether a, b, c value is this or not. Okay, so what I am doing, if all, instead of giving a equal to 1, another uh, let me another way of giving condition is, we instead of all I can give straight away, like give like this: a equal to 1, b equal to 2 and c equal to 3. But since I need to use this condition multiple times, so what I did, I stored this condition in a variable. After that I am using it. If all, print all conditions are true, else print all conditions are not true. Similarly, now again I am testing this condition, so what I am doing, I can straight away use the all variable. If all, print condition is fulfilled again. So this is how you can store the complex conditions in a variable, which are very useful for writing the complex programs, and which increases the readability of the program, as well as it speed up the execution program. Now how the execution program of the program is speed up, since it checking the condition at the beginning only, so it uh, uh, won't compare it again and again. So it simply speed up our execution time. So let's run this program. Okay, see, it's printing the message all conditions are true and condition is fulfilled again. So this is how you can store the condition in a variable. It is very simple but very useful concept. So let's brief about the today's session, what we have learned in today's session. So in today's session, we have learned nested if statements, and we have written a program for understanding this, that is printing the numbers using printing the three numbers in ascending order. And for writing this program we use the nested if. And another concept we understood in this session is storing condition. We can store the complex conditions in a variable, and after that we can use that variable multiple times to check the conditions. So this completes the control statement in Python. In the next session we will come up with another topic, that is loops in Python. So till then you practice this, and you will find the code of these programs in my GitHub link that I will provide in the YouTube link. Okay, so you can write the program. You can compare your programs with that GitHub link programs and easily identify the errors. And still you have any doubt, you can message me anytime. Thank you. Bye bye.